Alright, that was the shorter journal. Now let's read Mason's journal. I'm sorry you done got blued up. Why is Mason writing on Mason? Okay, hold on. We're almost done. If I make three half-hour videos of me reading stuff, that's just what y'all get. Y'all get that from Neyyah today. This is what Vamir came to call me. Mason. That is what Vamir came to call me. There's nothing wrong with the name, although I know deep down at my core, my real name is very different. Even after so long since I arrived on Neyyah, my memory has not yet fully returned to me. I know this frustrates Vamir. He wishes to understand, but I know he has already constructed stories in his head regarding my whereabouts and the connection with the Quilivian. One night, perhaps a month after I had arrived on Neyyah, once Vamir had made sure I looked like one of the Elusians with a mark of the Uluje drawn on the side of my face. I recalled a dream to Vamir. I could only piece together certain parts of it. There was a portal opening up before me. Purple, rocky outcrops surrounded me, and light exploded out of the portal ahead. I was being lured into it. I heard voices behind me, and upon looking back, I could see 4 cloaked figures, spaced apart from another by at least 2 meters, and a crowd of people stood behind them. Purple rocks everywhere. When you say purple rocks, it makes me think of the final cut area of Abduction, that you can just tell the budget ran out on. I was inside some sort of cavern. I was inside some sort of cavern. Before long, the light of the portal enshrouded me, and in that moment, I noticed something dark and hideous emerging from the haze above me. 2 eyes, one a bright yellow, while another a black as shadow. I did ask for something other than ink. Shadow is right there, it's fine. Centered by a fiery red light. A deep, thunderous growling sound erupted through my ears, growing louder, and the farther I allowed the light of the path to take my whole body, and my whole mind, my whole soul, until I vanished. Vamir had discovered me at the Peleska Shrine on Pinorvia Point. I was naked and unconscious. He recalls noticing purple rock dust on my skin. Vamir believes the Peleska was connected with my appearance here on Neyyah. It's hard for me to recall faces or names. I know I had a family, and people who cared for me, and I know I had been sent here for a reason. One name does surface in my mind, sweeping away the strange purple dust of mystery, and making things in my life as clear as the Feyamore sun that bathes my skin. Smolax. It only pains me when I think of it, boiling my blood, clawing at my skin. My heart breaks at the grief this name has caused to the people, the faces, the souls I long to remember. Smolax. I shall find him. Maybe more will come to me as time passes. I hope so. Something unusual happened to me the other day. Vamir had instructed me to go down to the Spore Docks to replace the safe there, holding the Neyyah activation key, but upon traversal through the Pelorian portals, the safe unlocked itself. I was certain the safe had been locked before transit through the portal. Vamir also informed me that such safes had exploded while being sent through Pelorian portals. After a few days, the portals seemed to have been given a complete upgrade. There's no problem now, but Shiryuki portals continue to cause problems, with a possible closure of these portals entirely. Okay, so we're gonna have to send a safe through that, like, transit portal somehow. Vamir has explained to me the lock mechanism for the safe, but at least I know a way to unlock it if I ever need to do so. I'm grabbing... Okay. We want to use Shiryuki portals for that. To unlock a thing. That's important. I witnessed Vamir setting up one of these strange, weird lanterns-looking devices down by the Jalud arrival station. I've seen some of these planted in the waters of the Neyyah heater chamber, too. I believe it may be related to an experiment he wants me to be part of. I'm not too sure what it's all about, but I have a feeling it's somehow connected with Uluje. If I can get to Uluje, I can get to Smolax. After looking at the weird lantern object, I noticed it connected to a manhole cover, one which always seems to be locked, and I only assume must be open remotely. What is he hiding there? The other day, he left the door to the lab basement unlocked at the lobby area. I managed to climb down a small chamber, which I can only assume was once used for storage, but has now been filled with strange contraptions, one of which I have seen before. At least a part of it, before he proceeded to set everything up in the Lodvik tower on the Neyyah pools. He has since called that top floor off, sealed that top floor off as well. What are you up to, Vamir? Fueling my suspicions, Vamir has been spending a lot of time at Pinrova Point lately. That ancient shrine. It almost calls out to me in my sleep, awakening something in which has so far lied dormant throughout my whole life until now. So many questions. Traveling to here to Neyyah caused a fog to enshroud my memories. I'm not sure if this was an expected side effect of the traversal. All I know is that the Peleska and Smolax are important elements to my reason for being here. Let's use some salt! Things are starting to come back to me. It's important that I keep these entries concealed from now on, just in case. Survivors. They would talk of the Peleska. For some reason, I struggle to remember that name. That creature's eyes. Let's use some salt! Gazing deep into my soul from above the bright haze of the portal from my dream. It tries to stop me from remembering. What is this creature? All I know is Vamir is drawn to the Peleska. They seem to lie dormant, hidden from this world. I am aware from my memories I have managed to salvage from the grip that the beast staring back at me from my dream that the Peleska never visited my home, Quilivia. And Quilivia, the very place I was sent from. 4 rulers sent me here, people of wisdom and old age, survivors of betrayal bestowed upon their world long ago by Smolax. Fizalta, their homeworld. I'm here to reclaim it for them, to discover where Smolax lies, and only then will I be able to uncover the whereabouts of my people. A gateway with a name I have heard spoken of so many times throughout the years, the Quilivian. Once opened, my people can enter this world. We shall take back what is rightfully ours. I've noticed Vamir has been using the salt pages a lot more. He's hiding things. I don't blame him. Of course, I do the same thing myself, and I also introduced him to it. Or shall I say, he discovered it himself, finding a way to read some of the writing in an old journal I had brought with me to Neyyah when I had first arrived. I no longer have this book. Let's use some salt. I didn't really understand much of the writing myself, having very little memory of the mind who had bound the inked page. But now I do recall beautiful messages left behind by my grandfather, my mother, and my sister, and I try to put them aside, otherwise I become swallowed up by the pain that they are no longer with me. Yet, I am fueled by the visions of my success in opening the Quilivian, freeing my people, and being reunited with my family once again. I close this path. The 4 rulers trusted me to save their world. I will not fail. My grandfather. More memories snake their way to the surface of what seemed to be an endless desert of unknown, of confusion, suffocating my mind for so long. I now know why I had to rid myself from that journal. Grandfather's death at the purple caves of Quilivia overshadowed my happier memories of him, and I had to burn that book, only to have a stranger, an illusion, take our way of hiding a writing, concealing vital information, thoughts and prayers, and mold it into something to satisfy his own needs. Vamir wasn't able to uncover much of my journal from what I can recall. However, he did get me to work very quickly on creating a similar ink using flora found here on Neyyah. At first, he found the Kifunke, and we need to use some more salt. Mushrooms to be quite favorable, but then, after adding warlock flowers into the mix, he created an ink which worked almost as well as the ink I had used back in Quilivia. I know what these symbols mean, yes. The old one. I've heard the mutterings of Vamir in his sleep. I went out of the Baynox computer last night and checked the status of the Neyyah heater chambers. Heard him through the closed door of the quarters. The old one. What does this mean? He's been working on some strange device down at the Peorta Point. Pinrovia Point. There's an old building down there, circular in shape, built very close to the Peleska Shrine. I've seen sketches of such buildings that the survivors had drawn over the years. If I recall correctly, they were used for weapons storage during the Felician reign. Now something else, something Vamir is creating. But for what? And how does this connect with Peleska? Something is being planned between them, and it's connected with that building. Nobody trusts anybody! And they don't have any right to. And those weird machines he's built down there. That's it! I now know! There are 2 towers on Neyyah, which serve as transmitters to the Jalud portals here on the lab. I know Vamir had some lock system put in place to keep the towers secure, but I am also aware that he uses the Jalud to return to Ulajay. He must have it running all the time, surely. Maybe the lock systems don't even exist. They're just a way to distract me. What else could those towers be used for? There's a task Vamir wants me to finish by the end of the day, collecting old heater shells from the Neyyah zone. He wants them brought back to the lab. He seems protective of them, or at least one of them. Maybe Smolax is getting too close? I remember the symbol patterns just as much as I remember the correct colors needed for the crystal block mechanism. If anything, it's Vamir who needs to worry. Ah! About forgetting them. His mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Perhaps he is having the same dream I had. That creature's eyes are starting to haunt him too. Anyways, after this task is done, I shall prepare myself to get on board the Jalud and travel to Ulajay. I've been waiting for too long. Now is the time. My time, my people. Smolax, I'm coming for ya. Okay. That was a solid amount of reading. Hour and 30 minutes. I want to get some gameplay in while I've got the chance. We want to go and get number correlations from the main pool. I got crap to do. I've got portals to go to. I've got numbers to input into fuse boxes. I kind of want to poke around the lab a little bit more. I want to see if I can get back out to the... No, it won't let me go any further that way. That way is closed off. But I swear said that there was... where is my portal locations? Dome zone above the portal. Fletsu Island, Lavanda zone. Fletsu Island, Lavanda zone. Glorifex mines. The beach area inside the disused helmet system at the sedation chamber on the signal tower. Whoa, yeah, I haven't been there yet. Already done all of that. I grabbed the device from here. Called Blessed Portal. Untra is also up to the bay and access sensors hidden within the Neyyah population portals. Also react instantly upon accessing areas. The sensors unlock traversal areas of Neyyah within the Blessed Portal. So if it weren't for... Base connects to console at Elska Shrine. Only be used at certain areas of Neyyah. I've called these areas active points, and their locations can be found in my journal at the secret office. The Blessed Portal must be powered at the console I've set up at Pinrova Point. Only then... Okay, so I have not... Have I got to Pinrova Point yet? I'm slowly understanding how all of this works. Okay, we've been to the Neyyah pools. I have not been to Pinrova Point. No, okay, all right. Okay, We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. We could have been known to get somewhere before. I just want to be able to start, like, unlocking more portal positions. Believe it or not, that is a thing that I'm going to have to start doing. I am up to my tits in portals, all right? And it won't let me just go out that way. Oh, hell. I have keys. Oh, nope, that's the wrong... I have keys, I might as well. That's the dome key. Spare key will let me get in here. Okay. We opened a door to a new area, and I'm already seeing that there's going to be crap to read in here. I'm not saying that there's too much reading in this game. I like the reading. I actually really like the writing in this game. But it is exhaustive. Vamir, I hope this new camera system finds you well. Second one to malfunction within this week. I've checked and rechecked the core components and can see nothing wrong with the new system. Set it up at Falitsu Island when you can. All other cameras seemed operational so long as the camera power system on the Scarility towers doesn't burst fuse. Smolek's desire to occupy vast areas of Faletsian ruin has led to a fair few problems with disrupting system signals. Put everything in one place would be my way forward. Nonetheless, Smolek gets the last say, and I'm not too sure if it's very wise to keep using the Faletsian symbol for the transportation tower console lock screen. Best keep everything illusion if I were you, especially with getting so close now. I'm assuming you've read over my instructions on setting up the bunker in Pernrova Point. Make sure to keep those notes in a safe place. There should be an update within the next few days for both transportation tower systems. Keep me informed on how you get on with the new camera system setup. Okay, so our camera system is actually down right now. Like, it just ain't working whatsoever. It doesn't look like there's anything here I can do. Only ever the middle drawer, for what it's worth. The soul trick never gets old. The changes I have made to the Mayorta gas portal at the Ludwig Tower now enables its user to teleport directly to the secret portal. We're going to put this in the Mines nodes. Where's Glorfix Mines Lab HQ? We've got a lot of Mines nodes. Unfortunately, the screenshot I pulled from the video of Vamir's necklace, I can't read the dots on it to translate the language correctly. There is a secret portal, though, that we can do at the Mayorta gas portal, but unfortunately, I need to have my gas mask, which I was not able to grab the first time I wanted to. We've got a full spore. Ooh, I need clearer things. Talivia. Hope you like the present. It took us all night to put it together. Of course, Niluka did most of the work. He made sure everything was just so. He said that some shelves would come in very useful for all of your important things. We miss you, Talivia. I like the shelf. It's a nice little shelf. Doink. A processed spore. Yeah, we're gonna be making some stuffs. Interesting results with the, yeah, I need better, well, I can read this. Interesting results with the new spore processing unit. Unter has performed wonders with speeding up the procedure. However, there are a couple of things to note. If I leave the spore in the tray for too long without turning on the unit, it will start to wither very quickly. Wow, these spores are big, and that guy who was holding it thought they were very tiny in his hands when he was doing motion capture. If I leave the spore in the tray for too long without turning on the unit, it will start to wither very quickly. Perhaps a reaction to the metal tray. Also, once the unit is finished processing the spore, they come out a lot more blue in color than they used to. I'm glad Orion will never have to set their eyes on these. I doubt she would look favorably upon them at all. I'm wondering if these units will be installed on the spore docks anytime soon. Perhaps Smolaks will have new use for the spores. Withered spore, full spore, process spore. All right, we got some spore nonsense. Let's get spore all up in. I'm glad I have spore notes. Or spots. Oh, and there's our PSF reader. Fuck yeah, bud. Gray Mountain Systems. Dear Vermeer, thank you for your detailed list of requirements for the new PSF reader system for Gray Mountain Systems. We have assembled a new PSF reader system, which we hope satisfies your need. You will find. I love that their embossed thing is actually got the mountain on the background. This is good letterhead. You'll find the readings are much more accurate than previous models. Please understand that we also are aware of Payeta energies decreasing after transit to various Neyyah sites. Inform us if you have experienced any such difficulties on Neyyah Site 28. We're hoping to improve our models with an energy booster function in the near future. Please contact us if you require spare components for using Gray Mountain Systems. I mean, that's just straightforwardly Payeta information codes. Okay. Yellow. Green. Are these the different depths? I don't know what depths these refer to, but that's the different charges. And now I'm also concerned that when they say, oh, traveling through portals causes a change in the strength, that's going to give us an additional quirk here. Please understand. Inform us if you experience such difficulties. That's the footnote that I need to keep under this bit of information here. All right, we now know how that works. No. There was. Oh, I can't actually open that drawer. Oh, I almost missed getting a withered spore. I can't put a spore in here. Okay. It wasn't the middle one this time. What the hell? It's finally done. After a few attempts of studying the previously isolated portal-based teleportations of sizable land masses, Jesus! Sizable, I have managed to bring the old factory guard tower from Glorifex's mine to a safe and secure zone unaffected by Smolaks, a classified location. Machines here on Ulij are incredible. Think that the Volk machines were once capable of separating Neyyah's worlds across Famor, now replicated by the flick of a few switches on a land floating high above in the clouds. The Velatron Temple should serve as a perfect safe place to gain access to the old factory guard tower. Components are already starting to start building a portal here. Smolaks will only come to believe the tower has fallen, swallowed up by the ocean. And after all, that's all any Flechian structure really means to you, right, Smolaks? A twisted mess, a corpse shaped by the greed of its creators. Remain distracted by your... Oh, that's not what he sounds like. He's Cockney. A twisted mess, a corpse shaped by the greed of its creators. Except he's a little bit more gruff. Remain distracted by your greed, by the toxic lull of that Rolandan temple. For now, I can rest assured that the vital information and components to my ongoing work are in safe place. The computer system used to lower the Neyyah will be one of a few devices I'll make sure to set up here. And my Talivia, my beautiful Talivia. This changes everything. Now I won't have to feel so anxious about receiving video messages from you here on Neyyah. The old factory guard tower will serve as a much more secure and safe place than this old guard station, or my office at the Payeta factory. Yet I remain troubled by this act. Is it right to have stolen something from Felecia to create more wrong in a world which I am striving so hard to correct? Am I just as destructive and selfish as him? Is it too late to No, I can't seep into darkness. Not now, not when I'm so close. Sacrifices need to be made. Changes to Neyyah landscape have already befallen such terrible loss. I can't afford to add to this tragedy anymore. Perhaps once Felicians have returned, once I've found the Quilivian, I can return the factory guard tower to its rightful place. It's a shame I can't say the same for so many other places here on Neyyah. Well done on the teleportation, and enjoy the view. Unther. All right, we just picked up an entire landmass and shuffled it around. I'm cool with this. This seems fine. Gloffercraft emergency evacuations locations. Pickup point, beach outside of the sedation chambers. Drop-off point, factory guard tower. That's gonna go with my how to do the Golorcraft documents that I have somewhere over here in the upper part of my notes. There we go. All right. Aw. It's a carving of a kitty. And that's what we teleported. That looks just like the mechanical clock tower from Myst 1. Or it's evocative of that, you know what I mean? Watchtower craft assembly plans. I can't actually read those. Oh, yes I can. I just had the thing picked up. Durr.